to the showcase, baby. The showcase, righteous mind, it's your time to shine. The showcase, righteous mind, it's your time to shine. The showcase.
Welcome once again to the Showcase. I'm your host, Rashid Hafiz. Today, we have natural hairstylist, Nishan on our show. Follow us. Let's take a journey. Good day, Nishan. How you doing?
Peace, Rashid. I'm fine.
All right. Well, good to have you here. I'm glad that you were able to free up your schedule to join us today.
Thank you for having me.
Well, it's always a pleasure.
Okay.
A few questions for you. I'm not that intricate with the hair stuff, but I, as a man, and I know a few other females, a lot of females, they want to know what this natural hair stuff is all about. So, can you please inform us what natural hair is really about?
Well, natural hair, it's as old as we are, and it's currently been brought into the light by the social medias. Actually has been bringing a lot of light to our hair and our hairstyles and tutorials. But I've been in the business for over 30 years doing hair care for Black women specifically.
Okay.
And just doing what comes natural to us, the way we do our hair absent of going to the salon. Waking up, washing, combing our hair, braiding, plaiting, that state of hair is what we consider natural hair, absent of chemicals, absent of perms and texturizers, So we call that natural hair. And it's just something that we can be so versatile with that it's now a phenomenon for a lot of people, but for us, it's just daily life and activity for a Black woman and child.
Okay. How long have you been doing natural hair? Like, what influenced you to start doing this hair?
I was influenced because I grew up in a house with my grandmother. She was a hair care lady. She was a stylist that took care. She had 5 girls. Mm-hmm. So she pressed our hair every 2 weeks. We had the ritual, basically, of washing your hair, getting it plaited up, your scalp greased, some of these old traditional techniques that we did on the weekend. Before school start, you had to take your hair down on Friday. If it was in braids, you had to get it washed. You had to get it conditioned, get the scalp greased, get it plaited back up before Monday. And just watching her do that, and when we had special occasions, maybe like picture taking day or a specific holiday, she would press our hair with a hot comb. So we knew what to expect. Being 5 girls, we would just line up and get ready for the ritual of beautification. And that kind of sparked my attention, in how I wanted to wear my hair. Some things that I wanted wasn't acceptable for a certain age. I wasn't going to be able to get that. And bigger girls, they were able to get bangs or get curlers in their hair. That wasn't for me. So I couldn't wait to be able to make my own hair decisions.
Okay. Now, as far as education is concerned, what's the difference between an educated person on here and the hairs of school?
Well, it's really hard to give instructions to how to do black hair, because there is no institution that can train us on black hair from what we already know from our experience historically. here in New York City, I was part of a team of natural hair care stylists who took to the board of cosmetology in Albany a position that we wanted to be licensed separate from cosmetology, which included chemicals and coloring and dye and things that we don't do with our natural hair in the business. We were trying to separate ourselves. They said we needed a license. And when we got to Albany, the conversation came up about how do you teach natural hair, but we had to give that instructions to people who were going to be governing us to give us a license. And it just didn't make too much sense for me to be introducing techniques and styles to a board that wasn't clear about who I was as a black woman and what my hair needs were in order for them to license me to govern me. So there's no school to go to that teaches natural hair care alone that I am aware of, but they have included natural hair into the curriculum now. So we just try to teach each other and hand it down to the children what our parents handed down to us.
Okay. Now, as you see the fashions go on, why are people now starting to wear their hair in locks and froze and things like that? Where does that come from, or why do you think that is happening now?
I think it's a need. I think it's more of a need than anything. I think black women like myself and other women, we've tried everything. We follow all the rules. We broke a lot of rules, and it broke our hair off. We've been burnt. We've been scalded. We've been just going through this miserable cycle of growing hair, losing hair, and trying to keep up with the Joneses or the traditions of what they dictate to us as concepts of beauty. So when we started to wear the natural hair, maybe starting out with braids, then we went to twists, then we went to locks. I remember when I first locked my hair, my grandmother was like, I raised you better than that. You're never going to get a husband looking like that, you know. And I thought, what did I do? What did I do to make her feel that my hair was going to determine, you know, how my being selected as a wife, you know, would determine. But we had to break with those traditions or those ideas of other people's concepts of beauty and embrace our own hair, embrace our own natural textures, learn to, you know, lock our hair and grow our hair. And the locks caught on because we saw that we can have a healthy head of hair, and it can grow long, and it can be strong, and we can be beautiful. And we learned to accept that. We're still growing into that. Everybody who goes natural really don't understand how to maintain their hair or even how to embrace it. They just know that they have to do something different.
Is natural hair just for women, or is it for men also? Your concept of natural hair and how to style it and beautify it.
Well, it's more than just styles when we talk about natural hair. I think it's the natural order of people of African descent or people of color, or people who don't have European type hair. I think that it's for the black family, it's for the man, it's for the woman, it's for the child, you know. It's not just for the women to go to the salon and just, you know, don these beautiful styles. No. A lot of my customers are men. A lot of my customers will spend more money than the women, and they happen to be the male, you know.
Now, do you think this is just for African American people? Because as you sometimes see, a lot of Caucasians or Spanish people, they wear a fro or they try to get braids. Or do you think why does that happen, or is this strictly an African American thing?
It's not an African American thing at all. It's global. It's actually global. Again, it's the standards of beauty. We are breaking from other people's concepts of what beauty is. I think people are looking inwardly and trying to express what makes them feel good, what makes them look good, and make them feel comfortable, you know, and not be dictated to. It's definitely not just for one race versus or the other.
Okay. Now you touched earlier about how your grandmother spoke about your hair. How do you feel that affects a person's self-esteem when their hair or makeup is done a certain way? And how do you think that affects them?
Wow, the way a person wear their hair or the way a person present themselves in public and how they're being perceived or accepted, it differs on people's self-esteem greatly. You know, I look at young girls whose hair is not, you know, growing or kempt, is not braided, and they're trying to wear the perms, but the perms might break their hair off. They get teased a lot because they just haven't come into that place where they know exactly what to do, but they're trying to do what the rest of people say is accepted, but it just doesn't work for them. They need training. They need somebody to sit down and show them that that might work for somebody else. It's not necessarily going to be what works for you, to build their confidence up, to build their self-esteem up. I know a lot of women who go to the workplace, corporate America, and they can wear perms and they can wear wigs and they can wear all kind of straight hairstyles. But when they go in there with their natural hair, because for whatever reason, maybe they just chose to change their style and go natural and do away with those, they have such force coming against them. And their self-esteem is questioned. They feel good because they wear natural hair, but then they get the flack from corporate America that we don't want to see this, you know, so they get caught in the middle.
How does this type of style, or the hair, the way you do a woman's hair, is it different? Do you think it affects a young girl different than a grown woman, or do you think it's the same?
I think we have to start working on them as young as we can get them, because we want to build the self-esteem and the confidence levels really early on. It's so important that they are told that they're beautiful regardless to what their hair look like. We have to, you know, incorporate that into just our general conversation with our children as well as the boys, you know, that what you were born with is what you are supposed to have on purpose. It's not an accident.
And the reason why I ask that is there's so many fathers who they're taking care of their daughter. I have an uncle, there's so many men who have young daughters, nieces, and things like that, and they're trying to raise these young girls, but they have no clue on how to do their hair. What can you advise them on, you know, how do you help a young woman?
Well, I have workshops that I do. I do workshops for mothers who have been in the perm arena all of their lives. Their parents wasn't able to braid or twist or do natural hairstyles. Just everybody just do not know how to do hair. And these are grown women who have never been able to remember a time without chemicals, who go on to have little girls. And they don't know how to take care of hair. And fathers who are single parents and raising girls, they don't have. So we have workshops for them. We have one-on-one. We have group workshops to help them do the basic detangling, the washing, the daily maintenance of hair, you know. And there are some males that can do wonderful, wonderful styles on little girls' hair. You wouldn't think that it was a woman that was doing it.
Okay. Well, I know we have, on that note, I know we have some models here.
Yes.
And to actually show the audience what you're actually talking about, we're going to bring them on.
Okay.
And you're going to try to walk us through or explain that actual process and what we're actually looking at.
Oh, okay.
All right?
No problem.
So let's get to it. All right. See you soon. All right, we're back. We're back. We got some beautiful models here. Gotta do something with mine now. I feel inferior now. Inferior. It's a new black words. Yeah, we put it in the books. We create everything, don't we?
Hey.
All right, so who we have here? Let us know.
I have one of my models here. This is a young sister. Her name is Eveline. And when we talk about natural hair, we talk about the hair in its condition of textures. Natural can be textures. Natural can be with color, absent of putting processes in it to straighten it. So we have a fro out. This is her front fro. And
not a blowout, a throw out.
it's a fro out.
Okay.
It's a fro out. It's like a Big Bang. The Big Bang Theory we did just to kind of give her this full face effect. She has a great big head of hair. And so we wanted to turn around a little bit, and we can show on the side. We have something called a two-strand twist. It's a two-strand flat twist with her own natural hair. No extensions are added to it. And we did an upsweep, but because she has the yellow color and that wonderful tinge to her curls, you can see the curl pattern in her natural hair, and it's nice and fluffy, and it's full, and it's a versatile style. So it's a flat strand, two-strand twist with a throw out bang in the front. And we do something like this for a woman who's on the go. She can actually go to the gym. She can do her workout. She has, you know, when your hair is in the natural state, you don't really have to worry about it sweating it out, because it's going to go right back into the natural curl pattern anyway. So those are some of the benefits of natural hair. You know, you don't have to run when you're in the rain because your hair is going to get messed up.
Okay.
It'll only enhance it. You'll just get a tighter curl. And, you know, these styles are easy to maintain. You just tie it up at night. You can get in between the scalp and condition it with some oil, you know, and you can change it a little bit, and it can last you a couple of weeks.
How often do you, I know certain women say something about have to take it out or redo it or something like that. I'm not too familiar with it.
Well, yes.
How do you maintain something like that? Do you have to take it out every few weeks or every couple of days? Or
Absolutely. You don't want to take it out every couple of days because it's put in there to last for a period of time.
Okay.
You want to get your money's worth out of a style. At the same time, you want to keep up your appearance of, you know, beauty. So a style like this can last close to a month. You can get 4 weeks out of a style like that. But the good thing about this particular style is once you open up the twist, then you have another texture that was created from it being twisted for that period of time. So we call it a twist out. So you got a twist out and you got another texture going, so you can incorporate those textures and have another style that'll last you another week. So probably by the end of your 4th week, your second style, then it'll be time to, you know, wash it and condition it and start all over.
Okay. And
yeah. And it's an easy get up and go style, you know. We want convenience, we want beauty, we want confidence builder, and we want it all in one package for a reasonable price.
I like that.
Yeah.
And then who we have here now?
We have Sadia. Sadia, she is wearing the twist. The rave about natural hair is twists. Everybody wants the two-strand twist, Senegalese twist. They've come up with some creative names about how you're going to twist your hair. Like Eveline, her hair was two-strand flat twist, but her ends were twisted. Sadia has two-strand twists, and these are called Senegalese twists. The difference is that we are using a fabric with this hair style to create this look, and it comes in different colors, and Sadia can turn, and we can see that we incorporated that style with some cornrows. Everybody knows about cornrows, and so we kind of just put a spin on the hairstyle to give it more of some, you know, creativity. And with this style, it can last even longer. We can get a close to 8 weeks out of this style. And again, you just tie these hairstyles up at night. It's lightweight, and Sadia, you can take it down. You can see it's free-flowing style. You can be very versatile with it. It looks big, but it's not heavy. The one thing about this particular fabric that we use, you know, it's very lightweight, you know. She's getting ready to go to Trinidad soon, so she wanted something where she can get in the water and she can still get out without having to worry about, you know, detangling and maintaining her hair, or even wearing a swim cap, because it's kind of big. A cap wouldn't fit that, you know. But we talk about natural fibers and colors and things that we do with natural hair, and this goes back as far as ancient Egypt, when we look in some of the hieroglyphs or the paintings on the wall, and we see these same styles, a lot of them. If you study, you know, your history and the arts of antiquity. We'll see these things in the museums as well.
So you can go on vacation, not worry about jumping in the water.
No.
Okay.
And that's part of the problem why black folks don't know how to swim. A lot of us do not know how to swim because we will always worry about our hair. We have some hair hang-ups that have kept us back from a lot of things, you know. You wait when the rain comes, you see black women running, sprinting all over the place, getting out of that water, you know.
And the style that you have,
Yeah.
let us know a little something about that.
This style is actually something that I created to define myself. Coming out of the principle of Kuji Jakalia and Nguzo Saba is one of the principles of Kwanzaa, to define yourself, to name yourself, and to speak for yourself. Kuji Jakalia is the principle. And so when I did my hair this way, I needed a logo. I needed something that was going to represent my business, and I couldn't quite figure out what would that be. And I went without a logo for many years, and then I came up with the idea to do a sculpted mohawk style. And that's when I created this look. And so it's been seen all over the world, and variations of it in many other artistry, you know. So this is one I honed for my own business.
Okay.
And it's my locks. It's my locks that are a little longer than waist length, just wrapped up meticulously into a quick style. Yeah.
So let us know a little bit more about how that type of style is kept, or how did you think to put that together?
Well, it's easy to maintain because it's locks. Locks are basically a wash and grow and groom hairstyle. You don't have to do any combing. You're not losing any hair in the comb or the brush. It's not shedding. You're just rolling, palm rolling your hair. You're lubricating it with some oils and making sure it's nurtured, you know, keeping the scalp from being dry, tie it up at night. This style is not the easiest style to sleep on, so I definitely do have to take it down, you know, before I go to bed at night. And I just wear it usually for interviews and when I'm representing my business and want to put my best face forward. And this is a self-esteem package builder in one.
Okay, and this is your personal...
My personal logo. I don't know if you can see that I have my logo here. It's on. It's on a lot of things that, you know, promote Michonne Natural Hair Care business. You know, I used to have a salon on Fulton Street, and this style was painted on the gate, and so it became a landmark for many of the Brooklynites and folks to navigate their way. They would look for this logo.
Okay. Now, do you have any hair products that
Not currently. Okay. I'm not promoting any hair products, not as of yet. But hopefully in the near future, we'll be coming up with some products that can assist these styles, you know, to last a little longer. And
okay. So if someone wanted to contact you about their classes or to get their hair done, how would they do? How would they reach you?
They can call me at 917-207-3643. Or they can Facebook Michonne Natural Hair. That's two Michonnes, M-I-S-H-O-N, twice, M-I-S-H-O-N, Natural Hair on Facebook. And you can take a look at some of my work. I have a vignette on YouTube, Michonne Natural Hair Artist as well. And Michonne at MichonneMichonne.com. You can email me.
Okay. Well, we thank you for bringing us your beautiful and wonderful styles. These beautiful ladies you brought with us makes you feel comfortable and well at home. Once again, we thank you for your time and your patience with us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
This is Rashid Hafiz at the Showcase, where we showcase you to the world. See you next time.
I'm never ever going back inside the door that I came. I'm thinking like a Bossellini, I'm no longer a lame. Was a mustard seed, now I'm sprouting, been like sequoias. I was going at a solo, now my crew would destroy you. If you hate it, then my eerie ways will probably annoy you. Confidence equals strength, hesitation is paranoia. Man and machine, I'm talking power extreme. I'm the ultimate clone, Holmes, you know what I mean. I got my dream team premeditating schedules and schemes. Sing with Queen for Kareem, Kaylane's doing the scene. I'm the cleanest genius, Venus rising up from the ashes. Using cleaners just to clean up all the tears on my lashes. In my mind, rewind time on the clock as it passes. I was Atlas holding the world as reality crashes. Now I'm rising like the sun, Ra, warming the earth. Kalia, Carol, Jitters, Rashid, indeed my words. So used to coming in a second, now I'm always in first. Kaylane upholding righteous minds since the day of my rebirth.
Righteous mind, it's your time to shine, to shine. The showcase, righteous mind, it's your time to shine, The showcase.
Cautiously inclined with the righteous mind, showcase my rhyme so light may shine. These at normal times we celebrate, undeaf and blind. Heart for righteous looks to shine through the most decline. Time to break the ties divine. It's on when I get on the microphone. Been rapping for years, but by most I'm hardly known. Hip hop today is an attack of the clones. Our minds have been programmed like unmanned drones. This is my ode to living upright. Since a teen, Pastor Dean is my way of life. The religion of peace is my guide and light. So by times I think over the rhymes that I write. I'm not perfect, but I'm striving to be. I realize to grace the hardest to struggle inside of me. The fight to get my gen to submit internally to avoid the perils and pitfalls of society. Invited by Rashid to bless this beat. There's no limit to where my voice may reach. This message is for all, hope they feel it in the street. See, I started MCing back when lyrics were deep.
Showcase, righteous minds. It's your time to shine. The showcase, righteous minds. It's your time to shine. I'm the wind, I'm the alpha, also the end. In the beginning, I was a zero. Infinite maximum makes me a shiro. Sword and shield makes you yield. Speed